Oh my gosh, you guys, back by popular demand. I have the Trinity Oracle Sisters. They came on the show, if you remember, last year. They were a massive hit. I have over 300 videos. They have been the seventh most popular video on my channel. And not only did they grow in popularity on my channel, but their channel grew. They have over 1.6 million views on their videos. And today we are going to learn about 2025 predictions. So buckle up and get ready. Welcome, ladies. I'm so happy to talk to you again.
Yeah, thank you for having us again.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming. So I will have everybody introduce themselves. So, and remind everybody in case they don't know, in case they're new to seeing you guys for the first time, what is your special gift? And so, Candace, I will start with you.
All right, so I'm Candace, and I do card reading also, and I do dream interpretations too.
That's
And
my favorite part of what you do.
Yes, yes, yes. And I love crystals too. So if you want to know about some crystals, it's actually
Okay, I love that. All right, Erica.
Okay, so my name's Erica, and I do oracle card reading. I do personal readings as well as pet readings.
And that's my favorite part about you is
And a little bit of mediumship sometimes, a little bit sometimes.
Okay. And Jasmine with all the clairs.
Yes. So I do card readings, energy work, spiritual life coaching. I do mediumship and anything else? No.
Well, ladies, I think you covered about everything. Like I said last time, you are the full package. And I love getting together and talking to you. And what I want to start off with today is I want to start off with something super cool. You are all three card readers and you hear things differently, you interpret things differently. And I thought it would be fun to kick off this show by each of you drawing a card for Gaia, Mother Earth, and tell us whatever it is that comes through for you. And you can pick whoever goes first. I don't care.
Okay.
First up, Mother Earth said, Gaia, she said that she keeps showing that people need to be amongst the land more. She said, we've lost our connection. We need to go back. She's like, even if you're like a busy person, she's like, always make sure to go outside and feel the earth under your feet, the bugs, the birds, whatever. She said, don't lose touch with earth because she said earth, even though they'll always be there, earth could lose touch with humanity.
Ooh, I think that's important. You know, I love that you said that and you said something specific is put your feet on the earth. And there was a video I did a long time ago about earthing and how we always have something between us and the earth. We always usually have rubber soled shoes, which doesn't conduct. But if we can actually touch the earth by sitting on it, putting your hands on it, having bare feet on it, it actually conducts and it can reset your body in a way that reduces inflammation, which I think is such an amazing thing because there's no disease state that does not involve inflammation. So thank you for bringing that up. That's amazing. Okay, who wants to go next?
I'll go next. Okay, the first thing I got from her is that I got nothing but like fragmented energy, frazzled and confused energy. She said that's the energy that she receives from humans on Earth as well as animals. And she said that there's massive brainwashing occurring to human beings due to all this technology and stuff that's purposely being done to human beings to stop their real spiritual awakening. She said people think they have this big spiritual awakening now, but she's like, it's not true. So people are always awakening, but she goes, people are too brainwashed. And she's very worried about the future of humanity because of the technological brainwashing.
Okay, that would make sense to me.
I got this card of trapped in fear, which actually, upon initially looking at it, it looks really scary. But actually, Spirit said, and Mother Earth says, do not worry, the Earth is going to be perfectly fine. Due to lots of scientific advancement and the next generations actually being more focused on preserving the earth. We've had it generations before, but they said it's really going to just be pushed even more. And they keep showing so they're like, watch out for the new generations. They're going to find ways to, what's the word? Push the world forward technologically
to save the world
for many generations to come, but they're going to find ways to preserve our planet in the meantime. So they said, please do not be alarmed. Do not be alarmed. Things are looking scary now, But they said in the long run, they're like, don't worry, your future is safe. And they're like the guardian angels of the collective conscious. They're like, don't worry, don't worry. We're sending lots of higher consciousness human beings over these next generations who have come from technologically advanced civilizations. They already know how to preserve their planet. They've been there, they've done that. They're gonna be sent here, like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. This is how we preserve your planet, but also become very technologically advanced. So it's super exciting.
That's good.
That is super exciting. I'm so glad that we started off on such a positive note, and that's should be good news for everybody listening. So thank you. That's amazing. So since we did last year's show, it's been almost a year, and I'd like to ask each of you, what 2024 prediction were you most either surprised by, or were you elated by that came true that you saw coming?
To be honest, I don't remember. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember until recently. I think in the video, Jasmine has said about a popular R&B artist passing away, and Roberta Flack died like a day ago or 2 days ago.
But that wasn't in 2020.
Was that in
That wasn't in 20. She just started
No.
yesterday, I think.
I made that prediction
No.
for this year.
Okay, never mind then.
We did pretty good. It was a celebrity, but that Beyonce was gonna do a hair care line, and she dropped it like a couple weeks later, like a surprise hair care line.
Oh yeah, I do remember you saying that.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember anything else.
I'm on our correct
She's on our
predictions
website.
page.
We don't remember.
Yeah.
Well, I
Oh, my
suppose you
God.
do so many readings, etc. I can't remember everything.
Yeah.
Do you want to weigh in on anything, Jasmine?
I guess I'm looking at our correct predictions page because we haven't been keeping up with it. But from what I see, is like Texas floods like being really bad last year. That was one of them. A major earthquake in Indonesia. I guess they had a 6.2. We had predicted that. What else? Oh God. Oh, about the world's clocks actually changing, slowing down.
Oh, interesting.
We had predicted there's going to be a change to the world's clocks because of what's going on in space.
That scientists say that they say that time is speeding up, and they have confirmed that time is speeding up.
Oh, time is speeding up. Okay.
Yeah. They confirmed it. We said that.
But eventually, so then that leads to eventually
The clocks have to be changed.
Exactly. And our calendars may have to be adjusted too.
Okay, what else you did? And then we also said that immigrants would be taking over small towns, and that did start to happen. And there was going to be riots from immigrants, and that did start. I think it started happening this year, but that did start happening.
And then also you predicted about teens actually popularizing, like showing themselves like getting high off of like certain drugs and stuff. And then it came out last year about teens getting high on social media as a trend with galaxy gas. And she said it was going to start trending with teens showing themselves, unfortunately,
experiencing psychosis. And they started putting it online like, oh, look at me, I'm under psychosis right now. It's cool. And it's like, it became a dangerous trend.
Well, I'll get in trouble in the comments if I don't address the one thing that people predict that you guys predicted that didn't quite happen, and I'll let you just address it. Like, look, even Michael Jordan misses a shot now and then, so nobody's 100% right. So, what do you think happened with the election and Trump getting elected?
I'll say this: when we initially made our predictions saying that Trump wasn't going to win, everything we said happened. It was like we said, a bunch of blue states will become red. We said states are going to be flipping. We also said like it was going to be there was a couple things like basically what happened, all we did was get who was going to win wrong, but it was like
everything else was right. You said,
everything
except
the states split. We also said like someone's going to win by a landslide. Boom, it happened. Like it was just like, oh, we thought it was going to be.
We didn't know how we got that one
Democrats.
Honestly, but all the other psychics, they all got it wrong too. I don't think no one actually got it right, which is kind of weird. And we're all like nodding our head, like, shaking our head, like, wait a minute, it's not a little fishy.
Exactly. But they did say that, I think either the day before the election, they said that a lot of people were actually claiming, like they said a lot of women were waking up like 3 a.m. in the morning, 2 a.m. in the morning, saying something is off about this election. They all felt like something shifted. It was like all over the internet. So people were saying that they felt like something
Yeah, there was a shift.
energetically was going on. There's some type of energetic shift that actually created this change. That's what a lot of people were
Well, I'm going to go
saying
back
and
to Candace
documenting.
then, because Candace, we were talking a little bit before this started, and you made the comment about jumping timelines. Now, I seriously believe that this is a real thing. I think that there are multiple timelines happening all the time. And I'm not saying like our decision to have pizza tonight for dinner will change timeline, but I do think that there are some bigger events in our lives that do have the ability to change our trajectory and where we're going, or maybe what our soul plan. So I would love for you to share what your feelings about that and your thoughts.
Well, timeline jumping, basically it's like walking on a straight road. Something comes and swipes you off that road. Next you know, you're going to the left. And when I hate to bring back the election thing, but when that day, I was like, okay, Kamala Harris, winning. It was like 6 o'clock night for us. And it was just this huge swap of energy. And I was like, oh, this has changed. And it wasn't anything that we have done. It was just like the outside coming in and swiping that energy. It's like somebody walking down the street and someone's like, hey, you want to go to the store? But you're like, that wasn't my plan to go to the store. But you end up going anyway. That's how it perfectly explained a time jump. And that's what it was like.
Anybody else want to weigh in on their thoughts with that?
I personally never heard that before. The only thing I've seen, I think, are you guys referring to the same thing as when people do
It's quantum leap.
with the water thing, when people take a glass of water and they fill it up and they say they put their manifestation and it makes it come true? Is that the same
That's
thing?
a little different. That's a molecular, I think that water is sentient and it can hold energy. And so it can absorb an emotion. So if you put a word like love and then you take that water and you freeze it, the crystals will look different than if you put in a negative perceived word like hate on it. But I think what we're talking about is closer to what I will call the Mandela effect, if everybody's familiar with that. So Nelson Mandela, a very large part of the population, remembers him dying in prison. Yet if you look in the history books, he did not. He actually survived and became president and had a long life and died a not that long ago. Then there are all kinds of other things, like people will remember the Monopoly board game as that the character on the cover having a monocle, but he doesn't. People remember Jiffy peanut butter, and it's not called Jiffy, it's called Jif. So it's considered a timeline shift where there are certain things in the collective that are remembered differently than the majority of the collective can look up and verify. And those are timeline jumps. That's one of the explanations.
That's weird.
You could go down a deep rabbit hole on Mandela effects. There's a lot of them.
Another thing that's similar is like quantum leap. Like you could jump onto different timelines. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
I don't know anything about that.
So yeah.
Wow. Okay. I have to look into that. I've never heard that.
Yeah, it's super unique, and it's definitely a phenomenon. A lot of people talk about it.
Okay. That's not just remembering something based on like how you grew up. I could have swore it was Jiffy though. Right? It's not Jiffy?
It's Jiff.
But I mean, I could have sworn it was. I could have sworn. I'm about to look at
so do I. I remember it as
the cabinet. Yeah, that's not like I'm gonna look that up to make some.
I know. Well, there's a lot of them, and so it's not just a small percentage of the population that remembers it this way. It's a large percentage of the population, but not the majority. And it isn't what is documented to be true. But there's a whole list of them. Like I said, it's a deep, long rabbit hole. But let's switch gears. And let's talk about this year that we are in, which is 2025. And I would love to hear, we're at the beginning. So these videos live in perpetuity. It's February of 2025 right now. So I would love for each of you to talk about maybe some short-term predictions. I know you talk about different celebrities and different things that happen in the world, and then maybe a couple of long-term predictions that you believe are going to come true. And we can start with whoever would like to start.
Okay. I'd like to actually start with, there's going to be a major data breach. It's going to be this is a long-term one. I don't think this is 2025, but I could be wrong about the year because I did not check what year this was going to happen. But it's going to be a major cybersecurity threat. This is going to shock the nation. No one feels safe for many, many years to come. This is a cybersecurity breach in the government. This is done at the government level. So this is this is gonna be a little scary. They said practically no one is safe.
Sounds like a movie.
Practically no one
It does
is
sound
safe.
like a movie.
Sounds like yeah.
Yep. So
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
checked if it's going to be worldwide, but I know for sure it is in the USA. For sure. So it's going to be a little crazy.
Whoa.
They keep showing tactics of war on American soil. Like a war happening in America. They said people are going to be on the edge of their seats. Yeah, unfortunately.
Wow.
Any idea where in the country that could be?
No, they just said war in America.
I wonder if it's like a civil war or someone attacks America.
They said it's within.
Just a civil war?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
But would you call it like actual
Was
civil
that an
war, like
actual
states
war?
going against each other?
They show like a war. They just show like just war in America. Yeah.
Wow.
And are you thinking that that's this year in 2025?
No, not
Longer
no,
term?
They said longer term.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. They said this year, a cure for AIDS could be possibly announced. And they also say that someone's going to claim that animals have the cure for HIV.
What?
Animals?
Yeah, like an animal, like some type of animal.
You say someone will claim that.
Someone will claim
But
that.
it's not going to be proven yet.
I don't know. I didn't look at that. I just wrote it
Okay.
down. I just channeled it. I didn't. What else I put? There's a political leader assassination attempt this year. And they said year 2025 is actually a year of forgiveness. So a lot of people will be flooding to go to life coaches, therapists, psychologists to release things. It's a very good year to heal.
Yeah. And if you're thinking about being a psychologist, life coach,
Counselor, it's a great time to get into that business.
Exactly.
I think that's a great profession to be in because you need a human touch. It can't be, that's a job that's going to take a long time before an AI could take over, I think.
Exactly.
They said also stem cell therapy will be outraged again. I don't know if this is what our new president might get into, the IVF stem cell, get into that little that niche. But they said that basically it might be like you guys are playing God. You guys need to leave that stuff alone. They said it's going to be very controversial, IVF in the future, and stem cells, how they use it.
Wow.
They said it can be possibly even shut down temporarily because you guys are playing, quote unquote, playing God.
Wow.
Hopefully not.
And that was IVF you were saying specifically?
Yes, IVF and stem cell therapy.
Okay.
Stem cell therapy research is going to be very controversial.
So this year is controversial.
I feel like it's going to be this year, but yeah.
In the long run, though, it could be shut down for temporarily.
Temporarily, yeah.
Be shut down.
Yeah, it's just going to be outrageous. So there might be some things said about it. So about possibly shutting it down or threatening to shut it down because they're playing God basically.
Okay.
Wow.
That's not good.
I got some things for 2025. First things first, they say Trump will continue to keep people on their toes this year and for many, many years to come. But
so I guess we won't be the assassination attempt.
No. They said Trump is headed for trouble with his health. I also got Trump is headed for trouble with the world, and they said NATO, NATO. Trump politics will be blazing around the world. They said pretty much there's no the news stations around the world, there's always going to be something talked about in regards to Trump, in regards to America, in regards to what's going on politically out here. Okay. They said that there is a airplane, and then they show like an explosion. And I heard airplane bomb explosion. There's a potential that it may start a war. So be on the lookout for hearing on the news, potential war. Okay. If there is a war that starts, I don't want to say that it will not last long, but I think the spirit keeps telling me like, leave it there. But, and I feel like this is a lot of people are going to be scared about this. Okay. They said the world, on a lighter note, the world goes crazy for a new toy. Think like Squishmallows. Teens will love it. I think the teens are the culprit for this new toy mania. And I know there was like a Squishmallow craze, so I feel like it's along the line of like the Squishmallow craze. They also said there's a pending war with a European country, but it's not Russia. I saw the last letters of ISTAN, so it could be like Uzbekistan or something else with like STAN at the end. They also brought up Turkey will be up in the news, and there could be a possible Turkey could be involved in regards to this war. They could be involved, so just be on the lookout for that. Okay. Let me see here. This is someone's concubine gets discovered.
Oh.
It's someone from the world's elite. They will tell details or pertinent information. They said, they're like, oh my God. They also said a famous Hollywood executive or Hollywood elite will be going to prison this year. They also said Bitcoin soars to new heights. Bitcoin will do better than it's ever been this year. Okay. And they said prices of goods, regardless of where you live in the world, will be going up.
Oh,
Yeah.
like they already haven't been.
Exactly. And they said be on the lookout for rising food prices.
Wow.
They also
Hey,
said Elon
I'm going
Musk
to
is
ask you
not
a
gonna-
question since you brought this up. Will you, can you speak to right now we're in this situation where there's a bird flu and eggs have gone skyrocketing in price. Do you have any prediction or any feelings about maybe that? And I don't know, maybe Erica, you can channel your pets.
Channel the
chicken.
chicken.
So you wonder if the egg prices are going to go down anytime soon, or what's going to happen with that?
Got the bird flu.
I didn't even know there was
chicken.
bird flu. I don't even know. There is. I got the card of perspective. This is the card of ending. They said the actual bird flu is actually going to be stopping. So the egg prices are actually going to start dropping. They keep highlighting in March.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so that's good. And they keep bringing up the chickens like it's dirty conditions. They said that's all. They said if the chickens were to get better living conditions, a lot of this bird flu stuff would be put to rest.
Yeah. I had chickens for 6 years. They're pretty shitty.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
No, I
you got
seriously,
people
I love
cleaning
my
them.
chickens, but they are so dirty. They are so
They
dirty.
are. They're good at
They
bathroom.
really
Like
are.
what they poo like every like 1 minute or something like that. It's something crazy like that.
It's not that
big-
often, but it's a lot. And it's more that they sit on a perch and it just drops and goes everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to keep going or anybody?
There you go.
They said for 2025, they keep highlighting Singapore. They said bad weather coming. This is going to affect the poor communities in Singapore. They said Thailand will tell people to stop coming there
Really?
because of people leaving America. They said Thailand will be like, hey, can you guys stop coming here? We're full. And they show it also in Chile. They said a mudslide.
Oh.
Yeah, devastating mudslide. And then deadly heat wave in Georgia. They said this summer, stay cool for those that live in Georgia. They said the heat is not going to be a joke this summer.
Okay. Those are pretty
Wow.
specific, Candace.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They said 2025 also is another reemergence of the feminist female movement for 2025. They said a lot of women's rights are going to be targeted from the new president. So the women are going to be out and about, protesting and stuff this year, hardcore. So they said it might even be called like the revamp of the what do you call it?
Feminine.
The divine feminine. Or we're going
Yeah.
to in the 60s and 70s.
Feminism.
Yeah, feminism. That might come out again. And like thousands of millions of women are actually protesting together.
Wow. Wow. I got that there's a beloved television host passes away suddenly. It
Oh,
shocks
no.
and saddens fans and just many, many people. Okay.
Any idea, any inkling of who that could be? Male, female?
It's a male.
It's a male. Okay.
Yeah. I have the name, but I don't want to give the name.
Okay.
Just kind of out of respect, The
I might
family
ask
watch
you
this
after we
video.
stop
Yeah, I'll
recording.
tell you after because the family might watch it and be like, oh no, out of respect. Let me see here. Oh, there's going to be a massive treasure hunt And there's going to be massive treasure found this year. I feel like this is either
Oh,
funded
shoot.
by a billionaire or this is a billionaire
So
actually.
we're not talking Pokemon here. We're
No,
talking real.
right?
Pokemon Go, or whatever that thing was called.
Right. Because I kept getting visions of like gold. Okay.
Oh.
Now that
So-
would be super cool. I think
Right?
that there's a lot of lost treasure that hasn't been found for sure.
Exactly. They
Mhm.
also said that there's a old like sunken ship is found in or near the coast of Florida. Like it is they said it's like an astronomical find. Like I guess people who do this for a living, they are going to be like, oh my God, like this is exciting. It's going to make world news. Like this is going to be like really fun. Let me see here. Oh, you know the are those people still stuck in space?
I think they
I
are.
think they are still floating around in space.
We have
Because
no
they said-
idea. We're at the end of February of 2025. I'm not sure.
I think they are.
I think they are still floating. I didn't hear them coming back. but I don't
Yeah, because
possibly
Spirit
that.
just told me. I don't even have this written down. They just like came in my ear and was like, they actually will return safely.
Ooh,
That's
That
good
sucks.
news.
But when they return, I see like books. I see what do you call it? Movies. I see speaking engagements, like talking about what it was like practically. I don't want to say lost in space because they're not lost in space, but
Floating
it's like
around.
like, but what it was like, just stuck.
Well, yeah, what a unique experience for a human
Right.
that the majority of the billions of people on the planet will never experience.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. Like I can't imagine like being up there and just in your head, like all the
Yeah.
time. For those of you who are not fans of McDonald's, well, guess what? Good news is coming. McDonald's, they said many McDonald's will be closing. And not only McDonald's, but other like fast food franchises. Now, okay, I'll put it like this. Let me clear it up. McDonald's is not closing 100% in 2025. It never will. But many of McDonald's stores, including other franchises like Wendy's and Jack in the Box and Carl's Jr. and whatnot, will start to have a decline in franchise owners, a decline in stores. So you might see your favorite McDonald's all of a sudden get shut down. They said why? Consumer eating trends are changing. People are wanting to eat healthier. They care more about what's in their food. But also the third thing is because of rising food prices, people are less inclined to eat out. They're like, I can make a Big Mac at home myself and I can get cleaner meat and cleaner lettuce and this and this and this. So don't be shocked if you hear that McDonald's stock is on the decline.
Right.
not
I
be
don't think a
shocked.
family can eat at McDonald's for less than probably $40.
Exactly.
Probably like 60. I went there. I haven't been there in years. I went there like last week, and I think the double cheeseburger, the little cheap one, it was $6.
$6.
For that.
It's not even real meat.
I know. But I mean, if you go with a kid, you get 4. That's $25 already just for 4 cheeseburgers. That's ridiculous. That aren't worth nothing. Like,
Yep. And they said McDonald's, they just told me in my ear just now, they said McDonald's is going to be trying to introduce more deals, also trying to bring more like celebrities, like they're just going to try influencers, they're going to try and do all these other things, trying to save their like sinking ship, but it's just ultimately not going to work. There's also a breast cancer cure coming. Women of the collective will sigh a big relief, but also there will be many more cancer cures. Now, beyond 2025, there's going to be more cancer cures to come. But the breast cancer cure is not 2025. Thank you, Spirit, but it's near. It's near.
And I'm going to ask you, Jasmine, do you think that it's traditional pharmacology, like the pharmaceutical companies comes out with something, or do you think it's going to be something along the lines of light, frequency,
No,
energy?
It's going to be pharmacological.
pharmaceutical.
Oh, interesting. You know that they've done all kinds of studies with light. They've injected light that has actually imploded cancer cells. They've also done all kinds of things with frequency that has completely eradicated all types of different diseases.
Interesting. I didn't know.
Yeah, but they said they kept bringing up the word genetic advancement. So due to genetic advancement and science advancements just in general, this is going to help progress the future of like cancer and not just breast cancer. But it's a lot of people are going to be excited, like, oh gosh. And they say it's going to be a trickle down effect. So you hear the breast cancer cure, and then all of a sudden, maybe a couple years later, you hear, liver cancer is gone. A couple, maybe months or years later, you hear something else is gone. They also said in the long term, autism, there will be an autism cure. There is going to be like I feel like there's going to be multiple medications. So maybe a certain type of medication or certain dosage is used for this range of the spectrum, another type of dosage or higher dosage, or it might be a mixture of different like medicines or whatnot. But they said once this cure is found, pharmaceutical companies will be in the rat race. Like, I'm going to create one too, and I'm going to jump on it, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. Also, Spirit said dementia will be cured. They already have the cure. The person's just waiting. I feel like I don't know what the process is, but and I keep seeing, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, but I keep seeing this young man or older gentleman, I'm sorry. He's just waiting. They're like, he's just waiting. He's just waiting. So don't worry about dementia and Alzheimer's. A cure will be coming. And it comes all of a sudden.
That would be amazing. What a devastating
Yeah,
disease
we
that
need that.
is.
Yeah, whoa.
Exactly. But that is going to be in a few years. That's not 2025. The Spirit was like, let them know. Let them know.
Well, this sounds like a brighter future. I think having more healthy food available, getting rid of the things that aren't really nourishing our bodies, and then having the ability to heal ourselves from ailments that take us down a path that doesn't help anybody to have a great life.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So Jasmine, when you're getting
Yeah.
this information, I know you're using a lot of your clairs. What clair were you using the most when you were doing that just now?
A clear audience.
Okay, so they're speaking to you when you're hearing them. And who do you think is speaking to you? Is it your spirit team? Is it?
It's my guardian angels. And then I'm
Okay.
also working with the guardian angels of the collective consciousness also.
Okay.
And they're right here on the left above
Do you
me.
have a
That's why I'm like
specific-
looking off to the left.
Do you have a specific angel that you connect to the most personally?
Archangel Michael.
You know, I have so many people. I have a super good friend who works with Archangel Michael a lot. And actually, the number 2 most popular video on my show was a woman I interviewed last year. She channeled Archangel Michael, and before I could edit her video, she died. And so it was her last channeled message to humanity from Archangel Michael, and people loved this video.
I had to watch that then.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
It's really good. Her name is Stephanie Barton. She was
Yeah.
just I knew her personally. She was an angel in life too.
Wow.
Beautiful person.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you for sharing your connection. I love hearing that.
Thank you, thank you.
So I also channeled they said solar eclipses actually will start occurring more often and more frequently, and scientists are going to be completely baffled and they will never figure out why that's occurring. And they said that solar eclipses are going to start occurring so much, it's going to be like a normal cycle for humans.
Wow.
Yes.
Solar eclipses, not flares.
What I don't know. They just said it's going to be occurring more often. That's all they said.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess you know the moon does its cycle. I guess like the solar eclipse will kind of be part of that too.
Okay.
They said some will claim that they have tangible proof that humans were created by the Anunnaki. But Spirit said this person is lying, they just want attention. And they said it's gonna be all fabricated evidence. So don't believe them.
So they're saying that's
wow.
not true, that humans did not, that Anunnaki. Do you believe in the Anunnaki? I guess I'd ask me that question first.
The Anunnaki were real. We did a video on that on our Patreon. I can't remember what we said, but they were real people though, but they didn't create humans, so.
Well, I heard that they didn't create humans, but that they altered DNA. There's a
They
whole, I just
probably
got back
did.
from Egypt, and there's a lot of talk about that specifically in a lot of these ancient sites.
Okay, I don't know what we said in the video. I can't remember.
They did that.
They were probably like 2 or 3 years ago. It's on our Patreon. I don't know what we said.
Yeah.
But they probably did alter DNA. They're super smart super smart group of people.
Yeah.
They said there's gonna be a new cult leader coming out, and it is a male. He is gonna claim that he comes from the core of the earth. And they said unfortunately people are gonna believe him and feel like he's almost like the second coming of Christ.
Oh no.
And they already said they said he is full of it.
Wow.
But people are gonna
Do we have
fall for
any
it.
idea where in the country he might show up?
They keep highlighting South America,
Okay.
but he doesn't look like he's like South American, so he might be like maybe Spaniard looking, even kind of maybe look like the stereotypical Jesus.
Or he could be another cultural race, but emerges from South America. Like, you know, like he lived there and something. We'll find out when it happens.
They said he actually is a channeler, though. He does channel information, but they said his whole like coming from the core of the earth, that's completely fabricated story. He just needed something to get people's attention. And they said he's been working on this. They said this is in a couple of years. I feel like it might be like maybe 2 to 3 years that he might come out and say he's second coming, wherever he says he is. They just said already, they telling people just don't believe him, basically. They said a new Earth is this is in the future. They said a new Earth is actually going to be discovered just like Earth, and humans will actually be able to successfully inhabit it. But there will actually be a war with another human species over it, but they won't tell us. So it looks as though like human beings have access to that, like, you know, Elon Musk and all these other elite people, scientists and stuff like that. They find this new Earth, and then they go up there and they kill all the people and wipe them out, and we don't know about it. And then they took all these humans and take them up there.
Wow.
Sci-fi movie.
It is like a sci-fi movie.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm getting for Africa, they keep showing, like, I don't know if they've had female presidents or in their country. I'm not too sure, but they keep showing like a female president, like a prominent female rising up in Africa.
Okay.
They also said this has happened. This has been happening, but they said men from the United States are going to be migrating to foreign countries. They keep saying Eastern Europe for women.
We're not running out of women here, are we?
They said that they said political views here, men don't like. You're not going to like it, and women aren't going to like the men as much because of what's been going on. So they said the men are like, I can't get married and find a woman that's going to do this. So I'm gonna go to a different country.
So they want a more traditional woman.
Yeah, it's so funny because as soon as you brought up Spirit said cultural mindset.
Yeah, they said it's the mindset.
That's why they're going more to European.
Cultural mindset, is that the word you used? Mindset?
Yeah, that's what Spirit was like, cultural mindsets.
They show like a big shift in like men and women, masculine and feminine energies like not being aligned. So the men are like, I gotta go elsewhere to find what they want to find.
Yeah. I got for this year, I got a popular game show host also could be passing this year. I'm not going to say who it is. I'll tell you after, out of respect. They also say you're going to hear about lots of genetic advancement this year, like lots. They said AI will become more mainstream due to the government, due to what do you call it? Technology companies, technology gurus, geniuses, whatnot, but whatever you want to call them, will be paying off these influencers and celebrities to like say things to get the what do you call it? The collective, I can't get my words out, to calm down, like relax. AI is fine, it's worth it. They also said that AI is going to, due to these supercomputers and the use of AI, they said that there's going to be lots of advancements in healthcare. And they show like this supercomputer like coming up with a thing and saying like, like I don't know how supercomputers work, but they kept showing me like they would put in these things like, okay, this works good with humans. They give it the coding, and the supercomputer does all these combinations, and then it's like, use this, and this. This is how you calm eczema down. So it's going to figure out things that the human mind cannot figure out. So these supercomputers are going to be super complex. So they said popular skin conditions such as eczema, psoriasis, and other types of skin conditions will actually, I don't want to say like a cure, but damn near a cure due to the use of AI and these scientific advancements and these supercomputers. So they're like, watch out, world, like lots of cures will be coming. So do not fear AI and these supercomputers. Not saying they won't be used for bad, but they're like, wait, this is actually to the collective's benefit.
Okay.
They keep showing libraries in major cities closing. They said it's like the funding's not going to be there. And they said
everything's
also
so digital now already. It's kind of like when Blockbuster started to close because things were streaming.
Blockbuster. Yeah, they keep showing like libraries shutting down.
Wow.
Unfortunately,
I got this year Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of America, whichever you want to call it, you know. Watch out, major storms. They said if they tell you to evacuate or leave, please leave, especially if you're like in the eye of this like major hurricane or storm. They said, Florida, gear up. You're in for one hell of a hurricane season this year. So if they tell you to evacuate, leave. Okay. They
Oh my
said,
gosh, Florida, man.
right. I do see Lady Gaga. They keep saying someone on her team or formerly from her team is going to be going after her. So there could be some claims coming out against Lady Gaga and her team. They said potential peace with North Korea. There is potential peace. It could either be this year or they're in talks this year and it happens after this year. Okay. Singapore, I saw this vision. 2 buildings on fire, and then all of a sudden I saw like the wings of like an airplane. And it's 2 buildings. They also said there is a major bombing in North or South Korea. Unfortunately, many will be passing. So it's kind of scary, unfortunately. There is going to be some recalls. There's a potential of a poultry recall. There's a potential of artichoke recalls. There's also a potential of, because they kept showing me like Bluebell ice cream and like other major dairy products. So milk could be a part of the recall, but just be on the lookout for some major dairy products, part of a recall this year. There also is a major newscaster could pass away this year. Former news journalist. I'm not going to say the name. I'm not going to say the name. But yeah, it's unfortunate.
Okay. Also, Beyonce is going to possibly drop a skincare line. It's just going to come out of the blue like all other products. Next day, she just has a skincare line out. It's going to do very good, just like her other what's her other hair? She has a hair care line, Sacred. It's going to do good just like that.
And kind of bouncing off of that real quick, they said Beyonce's trying to become a billionaire. So, and she actually will become, right? And they said she actually will become a billionaire, although she's a billionaire already because she's married to Jay-Z and Jay-Z is a billionaire and they're married and they're a billionaire couple. But they said she will become a billionaire on her own accord. And many people will be happy.
Okay. Showing Justin Bieber's wife. I don't know what her first name is, but they keep showing her. This could be a potential like a separation between the two of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So the fans are gonna be like, "Oh, you're wrong with job." This is a fan's gonna uncover it. Those believers are gonna be,
Is it a shocking death of a very popular comedian? And they say when this person dies, I feel like it's a male. He's young, and people are like, oh my god, like he passed away. Like people didn't know he was in ill health or maybe whatever happens to him. They say they're like he just passed away, and everybody, the world's gonna be shocked. They said Elon Musk is not stopping anytime soon. He's gonna continue to go on rants and be up there with Trump doing his thing. They said for people who love Chihuahuas, they said due to genetic testing and breeding, they're actually going to introduce a super Chihuahua.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be bigger than the average Chihuahua, almost like a medium-sized Chihuahua. And people, they said it's going to become the new it dog, just like French bulldogs are.
Oh, wow.
Is it going to want to eat Taco Bell still?
They show he's bigger though, like meatier, just like a bigger Chihuahua.
You see, are they going to be mean too? You know, Chihuahuas can be mean.
They're pretty nasty. They are. Some of them, I think that one that's really, really nice. I was just kind of shocked. They said this possibly this year or next year, someone's going to come with a robot. They said it's already in the works. A robot that are actually going to be catered to helping the elderly who don't have no one to take care of them. And they said also, they said less people are going to be becoming nurses. So robots are going to be in hospice care and in elderly homes offering company to those who don't have anyone to be with them.
Oh, wow.
And they said the elderly were actually accepted because they're like, at least I got someone to talk to and play board games with.
Wow.
They show some like actress that was like a child star coming out and talking about directors and what it was like on set. And they said spilling the beans of what happened.
Wow.
To them.
It's funny that you bring that up because I actually, Spirit told me Nickelodeon, Popular Kids Network, Nickelodeon will start being questioned. I feel like they could be questioned for their antics. I feel like they could be under investigation, possibly. I think this is either a current child star or a former child star that starts making people look at Nickelodeon kind of under a microscope. They said this year is the beginning of the end actually for Nickelodeon. They said that. So not only because of what this child star brings up, but they keep saying viewership is just going down collectively.
Dropping.
And Spirit keeps saying YouTube.
I was gonna say it's just for YouTube.
YouTube. They also said PBS. Yeah, is fledgling. So I don't want to say just you might hear that PBS viewership is kind of it's at a standstill. It's kind of going down. I like PBS.
Yeah,
Who didn't grow up with Sesame Street?
Absolutely. They said
And
Jim
Mr.
Carrey
Rogers.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Still somebody buy the tapes and DVDs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know what? They actually said Big Bird will be coming under fire.
Oh,
Big Bird.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be by they said Big Bright Conservative. So Sesame Street, let's just use a whole let's just wrap it all up. Sesame Street could be coming under fire. By
Well, I hope he doesn't get bird flu.
You need to stop.
Keep Monster alone.
oh my god. They said that Jim Carrey's gonna be making a whole bunch of successful movies, and he's gonna be announcing his retirement, and he's gonna go out with a bang.
Really?
It's like a string of hit movies. He's gonna go out. He's gonna. I'm retired. And they said when he's done, he's done.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. What else I put? What else?
Speaking of actors and going out with the band, they said Denzel Washington. They show him making like 1 or 2 more movies, but they keep showing him with like an acting school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They said his focus is like, of course, not doing movies anymore, but they show him like teaching like actors. Yeah.
At the actor studio.
Yeah.
Huh.
And they said someone's also going to invent something called like a super grass. It's grass that won't turn brown or ever dry out. So always stay green.
Wow. That's nice. And it's funny because I heard, as soon as you said that, I heard they said it's going to be very eco-friendly. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's going to be so many innovations that we can't even imagine right now that will happen.
Exactly.
And they said also it's going to be a religious figure assassination attempt too.
Wow. Wow. They said that daylight savings time will actually go away.
Oh,
I just had this conversation last night with a friend. I live in Arizona and we don't change, but in 2 weeks, the time changes. So I go back and forth. I'll be in your time zone next time.
Yeah. So they said it will no longer be a problem. They also said the penny, and possibly the nickel, but the penny will be up for debate. But I do feel like they're going to find
it is right now. They want to get rid of the penny,
but it's going to continue to be like a debate, and I feel like they may find a way to save the penny. So the penny's not going nowhere, but they will find a way. There is a possibility.
I put in a penny floor at my cabin this last summer, and I used 14,000 pennies in it.
Oh
wow!
Whoa!
Wow! I want to see a picture of that.
So maybe it's my fault the penny's going away.
Right?
How much money is that though? 14,000 penny. That's $140. No.
Yeah,
how much is
it
that?
costs way more for the other materials than the pennies. The pennies were the least expensive part of it.
Exactly. They said a bridge is collapsing in a nation. They also said horrible storms. They're like, Louisiana, please gear up. Horrible storms for Louisiana. Parts of Louisiana could be underwater due to flooding. And some of the parts of Louisiana that are underwater, they may stay underwater for a while.
Oh, wow.
They said there's going to be certain areas that are going to be very hard to evacuate. So once again, Archangel Michael's in my ear. He's like, if they tell you to evacuate, do not brave these historic storms. He's like, humanity, do not brave them. Leave. Do not put your life at risk. And he's like, we're trying to save you. Do not put your life at risk. Your life is worth more. Okay. They also said, the mountains. I see the mountains are filled up with like excavators, archaeologists, even influencers. They're digging for something. They're going to find something. And I almost feel like they know they have a hint of what they're looking for, but it's kind of like, we hope it's there. Fingers crossed. What we've heard here is actually here. They're going to find it's like a big archaeological find.
Is this
Yep.
somewhere
But
in the world that you can
it's in the
connect
United
to?
States. It's in the United States.
Okay.
And they start this year, but I feel like the announcement is not made till next year. But will we hear about what they're doing this year? Yes,
Any
we
idea
will.
what part of the country it might be in?
I heard the Southwest over and over and over. They're like the Southwest, the Southwest, the Southwest. And they're like, if you don't know what you're doing, do not go out there and try and help them. They're like, do not, leave it to the professionals. Leave it to them. They also said there could be, because they keep bringing up like cheese. So there could be like a cheese recall happening this year. Yeah.
Well, you already said something about dairy, so that would make sense.
Oh, yes,
too.
that is true. Yeah, because they showed me like this
no.
triangle piece of like cheese, and they're like, recall, recall, recall.
No.
They also just told me there's going to be major advancements with influenza this year. Yep. What do you guys have?
That's all I
That's all I
got.
got. Yeah.
That was so much. Oh my gosh, you guys, like we've been talking for a long time.
Right?
This was
Awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it'll take me
Yeah.
5 hours to deconstruct this next year when we get ready to do the 2026 predictions.
Right?
No, seriously, I love doing this with you guys. It's so much
Yeah.
fun. A lot of the messages I felt like were really uplifting and positive. I mean, there's always things that happen, that are natural disasters and, man-made disasters, but there were a lot of really positive messages about things that were coming. So I think that the people watching should be excited. So overall, what is your assessment in a year 2025? Like, are we here? Are we here? Like, how do you feel about 2025?
It's a year of forgiveness and letting go of stuff. It's the year, was it? That's a 9.
It's a 9-year.
So it's the year of ending. So a lot of people are going to be ending relationships, bad behaviors, bad patterns.
Yeah.
You
Things
know,
that no longer serve.
Yeah. If it's not good for them, they're going to be letting it go. And it's a great year to do that.
Exactly. And this is going to be all over the world. So no matter where you are at numerologically, like some people are like, oh, I'm in a personal year 1, but universally, it's a universal year 9. So yeah, you're in a new beginning year, but guess what? You're also having to deal with this universal 9 energy, which is going to make everybody let go of something, remove old habits, patterns, kind of like what Erica said. But these endings lead to next year, which is a universal year 1, which is all about a fresh start, fresh beginnings, stuff like that. So don't be afraid of what the universe is removing out of your life. There's going to be things that are removed that you cannot control. It's just, boom, this is done. And there's going to be things that you're going to keep like having the intuitive nudges or this pestering thought, like, I really should see a therapist, which is, guess what? An ending to a bad thought pattern, a bad behavior, a bad emotion that no longer serves you. So the universe is like, hey, go see the therapist. So don't be afraid of those intuitive nudges. But there's going to be a tsunami of changes for everybody in the world. And it's important that you move along with those changes. Move along with those. So that's what what was that?
That's
Yeah. Yeah. And if you're, I offer 2025, 2026 personalized yearly forecast. So if you want to see what's happening for you numerologically and what the universe is asking of you and different things like that, you can check that out, on our website. But
tell everybody what your website is so that they know how to find you.
Our website is trinityOracles.com. And if you guys want to learn how to, read cards just like us, we teach all our tips and tricks actually in the Oracle Card Readers Academy. And that website is on our main website. It'll take you to our Think If It course. But they said 2025 is a good year, but at the same time, there's going to be many challenges. And depending where you are in the world,
very emotional this year.
It's going to be very emotional, but also very, very good.
So Erica, tell us where everybody can find you to work with you. What would you work with people with?
Oh, we're all on the same website on TrinityOracles.com. So yeah, you just gotta book appointments and we're all there. Just pick who you want to go with.
Yeah,
exactly. But sometimes people will go on our website just to kind of let people know. Sometimes people go on our website and they're like, I wanted to do a pet reading with Erica, but I don't see that option there. don't worry about it. Just choose the length of reading you want. And then when you get into that reading,
You
you're
said
like,
this is what I want, but
yeah. Let's talk to
That's-
Sparky.
we have to change that. We have to change
Because he's a good boy, but I want to know how to make him happier,
that. Exactly.
Well, as always, I will put all of the information down in the show notes so everybody can find you, connect with you, work with you. I am so grateful to get to have this conversation and have you guys back on again. This was so much fun. Thank you so much, each of you.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Bye. Till next time. Bye.
Yes.
And thank you, everybody, for watching. Next up, check out this playlist of other NDE interviews. Please like and subscribe. It really helps this channel to grow so I can bring you more content. Thank you for watching. I'm so glad you're here.